going to Motley Crue tonight, bro? This is their 17th and final farewell.
I don't believe it. Give me 2 minutes. Good. I'm glad you're satiated. Hi, GLers.
That's a believe that word.
How about the benches this year? Huh? You got the benches.
We don't need no speaking of benches.
We do need benches. GLer over here is no dummy. Set up under a tree in their own chair.
Remember the eagle that flew into that tree?
I do.
So when you say she's no dummy, are you insinuating that these folks are dummies?
Not at all.
Why do you hate your audience? Joe?
Why do you hate
Good
GLers
point.
so much?
Everyone's sitting on a bench has shoes.
But you're not as smart as this gal.
Start already?
Rattaloni's Hardware and Garden Stores.
Ooh, sorry, I had a Royce-like gas attack.
I could go for another sandwich. How about you?
That Euro was good.
Yeah.
Is that Dino's?
You know what? I have a full show in front of me laid out. I don't care if you come and go and eat. I hope you choke.
Oh, good.
Wow.
That Dino's
That seemed
Euro.
a little harsh, Joe.
Johnny, I know you had the spicy.
The spicy
The regular
one.
one.
Oh, so good.
Joe, John and I were talking on the bus over how nice it is working at the state fair because neither one of us have opened up a newspaper or watched the news. We have no idea what's going on here in the world.
Well, you missed a hell of a story out of St. Paul yesterday. A 19-year-old.
We're not doing this.
I know, but I want people to hear this. Kenny, particularly. He put the family cat in the microwave.
What? Okay, that's not fun.
And he claims he did so because he was high off the contact fentanyl fumes he was getting from the people in the Green Line. And he came home and he didn't know what to do, so he put the cat in the microwave.
Thinking it was
Well,
a pizza.
mom was there and she put a pizza in the microwave, apparently either preceding the cat or not noticing the cat. And then mom went to another part of the apartment, and when the dinger sounded, the pizza was done. She came back and opened the microwave, and there was the pizza and a dead cat.
Yikes.
And
Who
then
puts a pizza in the microwave?
mom did. She didn't. I don't think she knew yet that the cat was in the
They
microwave.
start the show yet?
You can't swing a dead cat in St. Paul without getting fentanyl.
Where do you get the cat?
Well, apparently,
You tied that all together.
Where do you
That's
get the
impressive.
cat?
I get you a cat.
Meow, 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 and meow, meow, meow.
Oh,
All right,
please.
I think we should start.
Rattaloni's
There we
Hardware
go.
and Garden Stores.
Are you ready to start right at noon?
Frattaloni's Hardware and Garden Stores.
Kick it, brah.
Frattaloni's Hardware and Garden Stores brings you Garage Logic Podcast number 1373, August 29th, 2024. I don't know how people survived at the fair on this day in 1969. I would suspect most of them died. It was 96 degrees on this day in 1969. I don't know how they handled it. It was 45 degrees at the fair, well, a low of 45 degrees on this day at the fair. I believe we had a fair post-war, 1946. Ba-dum, boom, boom.
Hey.
This is not working. How are you?
Hail the flashlight king.
And now, from the mayor's office above the boathouse on the east shore of Spoon Lake, it's Garage Logic with Chris Reavers manning Technology Corner, Kenny Olson from the Krabby Coffee Shop, John Height in the newsroom, and of course, the rookie. Here is your flashlight king, fireworks commissioner, and the keeper of common sense, your mayor, Joe Souchere.
Hello, residents of Gumption County. You stalwarts of Garage Logic. Welcome to the Minnesota State Fair. I want to make a correction. The Tuesday, I believe we mentioned that there's an outfit here called Feeding Our Starving Children, and we did not suggest they were aligned with Feeding Our Future, but I suppose that suggestion was out there because we had a little fun with the fact that they were here.
You're repeatedly using the word we.
Okay, me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I warned you. Come on.
And Rob Hall writes, I was just listening to the start of today's podcast meeting Wednesday, and you mentioned a coupon that Feeding My Starving Children is offering to fairgoers. Then you went on to mention how there could be I did say this, a symbiotic relationship between Feeding My Starving Children and Feeding Our Future. And there is no connection between the two organizations. feeding our starving future. Feeding our what the hell is it? Feed My Starving Children.
Hello?
Entirely legitimate program. It is internationally focused on the worst of the worst food insecure countries, and will provide nearly 400 million meals this year to dozens of countries, including Somalia. They are 100% supported by donors and not at all funded by the government. So there's no way Walls could screw them up.
Well, it sounds like that's probably why they're so efficient, because there's no government involvement.
I am guessing that many of your listeners have volunteered and or donated to Feeding My Starving Children over the years, and I hope your speculation did not introduce any doubt or concern, or a record straightening with your listeners would be appreciated. Rob, I agree, Rob. I regret insinuating there might have been a relationship. And this is from Becky. Becky Lee, I want you to know that Feeding My Starving Children is a very legitimate nonprofit that has been at work in this world for many years. They are headquartered in Minnesota and have fed many hungry children in 112 countries since 2009. They are in no way involved with the ugly food fraud in Minnesota. You would do well to know what you are talking about before you lump a legitimate food source for them.
Nice. Is that from Becky? She's my new favorite GLer.
In January, she adds as a P.S., in January, the people of Fargo packed 10 million meals for Feed My Starving Children at the Fargo Dome over a 10-day period, mostly funded by donations from the Fargo area, no federal handouts. Thank you. Let me repeat. Feed My Starving Children has no relationship to feeding our future.
I just had a brilliant idea that could get you off the hook.
I think we've had them on. I think we've had our.
Did you read that right?
Do you
You
want to
said
hear
feed
my
my
idea?
starving children.
Do you want to hear my idea?
That's what it's called.
You want to
Matt.
be off the hook? Listen, a check for $10,000.
I want to claim innocence.
Feed My Starving Children
multiple times
is distinct
like I'm doing
from
now.
feeding our future.
I
Yes,
tried to
yes.
interject that I have had firsthand experience working with Feed My Starving Children, but I tried to get that in and save your rear end.
You know
He
what?
was-
All of you are trying to save your own ass right now, and you just let me sit here and die. That's what you did.
Yeah.
Well, you were on a roll.
Yeah.
You
Well,
were on
since
a
we're
roll.
talking about wonderful charities, I do want to mention, no, I'm not going to mention Second Stork, but I'm going to mention somebody that does need a little bit of help. Casey O'Brien is the trooper that has really had 7 relapses or 11 relapses with cancer. His cancer has come back a little bit, and they're going to be doing extra special other techniques that cost a lot of money. There's a GoFundMe page for Casey O'Brien. Michael Jordan donated $10,000 to this. Wow. The K-Fan guys are on it, and I want the Garage Logic guys to be on it too. So if you do donate, Casey O'Brien GoFundMe, just do a little hashtag Garage Logic so we know that you GLers are responding. If it's $20 or $25 or $50, I don't care what it is, the family needs it, and the insurance, of course, at this point is not going to cover those other costs, thanks to the insurance company. So help out if you can. Casey O'Brien, GoFundMe. Thank you.
Would you like to thank a farmer, GLers? Huh? Huh?
Why
Huh?
don't we always? Yeah.
Here, bring up Rhonda. Hi, Rhonda. No,
You can come up.
you get to be up here.
You want me up?
You're so used to working the stage that
Yes.
you went right to the microphone. And Rhonda, I have to tell Rhonda Swanson, I feel like I know you. Well, I think you've been on the show before.
I've been on the show before, and I think you had 10 people out here the first time I did your show. I mean,
Rhonda,
you
we've-
just keep growing and growing.
Rhonda, we've never had as few as 10 people. I have to tell
Maybe
you.
it wasn't you then.
I have to tell you, Rhonda, for years, and I'm being serious, you are the way I found my way back to the bus shuttle that we take back and forth. Because Rhonda would always be on stage.
Oh, right.
What is that area called?
The Miracle of Birth.
The Miracle of Birth.
Yeah.
And Rhonda
Birth
would
Bar.
always be on stage every afternoon entertaining the little ones and their parents, and I knew I was in the right path when I saw Rhonda. So it was Help Me Rhonda.
I'm sort of kind of like your beacon then.
Yeah, you
you
were.
know, beacon in the fog.
Are
at the
you there
fair.
this year?
I'm same spot.
I
No.
have not seen you yet.
Yeah.
What
Rhonda,
time are you on?
11, 1, and 3.
Okay, so that's not true. I heard a rumor going around. She did 11 p.m. show just for adults only.
Ooh, yeah.
Working below.
And that was
Yeah.
really to thank a farmer.
Yeah, no, well, I could say what I was going to say, but
Nah,
maybe
you
not.
know,
It's a podcast, Rhonda.
in the
You can
interest
say
of
whatever
your
you want.
career, keep it G.
Yeah, it's G. We're
Now,
here
do you
to clear it
consider
up.
this a farm outfit? You have some blue
Well-
jean overalls on, a scarf, and a green sweater.
Yeah, I'm the first. Honestly, I'm the first person in my family that didn't grow up on a farm. I come from 6 generations of farmers.
In what state?
In my family farmed in Iowa. I
Okay.
grew up in Chicago.
All right.
Right. But when folks, especially kids, when they think of a farmer,
Right.
they see the bibs.
Yes.
Right. So that's where I wear the bibs. But
Okay.
farmers wear jeans and T-shirts. But then I would look like the normal fairgoers. Right.
Right.
So I got to have something that makes me distinguished. And I've got my cow print shoes. Too.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you grow up in urban Chicago?
I grew up in suburban
Okay.
Chicago.
But still a long way from a
A
farm.
long ways from the farm, and that's I realized when I was at Iowa State during the 80s, during the farm crisis, when a lot of farmers were losing their shirts. A lot of the kids that I went to college with, they were dropping out at Iowa State, and the kids that did not grow up on a farm, they were like, oh, you know, Sally and John, they'll be okay. Their parents will get another job. And it's like,
Yeah.
farming is not just another job, it's a way of life. It's who they are.
Once you
And,
rejected the family farm, did your family turn on you?
No, there just wasn't enough space,
Right.
man.
Yeah.
No, I enjoy spending a lot of time on my grandparents' farm and but my mom actually
Still in Iowa?
Still in Iowa. My mom, what happened to her? She was a little farm girl, went to a one-room country school. She won the national championship in baton twirling right here in St. Paul when they used to have the
Really?
national championship.
Wonderful.
Yeah. She was on a show, maybe you remember, I've Got a Secret,
Yes.
years ago.
Wasn't that Gary Moore?
It was Gary Moore. They flew her from right here in St. Paul. She'd never been on a plane before to New York City, and she was on I've Got a Secret. Well, since there were only 3 stations
Right.
at that time,
Yeah.
she had lots of offers for college, right?
Really?
My grandparents were poor farmers. They
Right.
didn't have enough money to send her to college. So Iowa State offered her one of the first full athletic scholarships for a woman
Cool.
at Iowa State.
What is this in the early 70s?
No, early 60s. She
Early
won in
60s.
1959.
Oh, boy.
And she went on to become, after she graduated from Iowa State, she married my dad, the Harlem Globetrotters. She was the opening act for the Harlem
Really?
Globetrotters.
Really?
So for the first 5 years of my life, I traveled with Meadowlark and Curly.
Really?
Oh, Mark
man.
Lemon. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, how'd you do this gig, and do you travel the country now doing this?
I travel the country. Yeah, I grew up in entertainment. In fact, Jeff Dayton.
Oh,
You know,
Jeff's
we
a
had-
good friend of ours.
Yeah, Jeff is great. The first time I met Jeff Dayton was in San Antonio, Texas, when
Yeah.
he was Glenn Campbell's musical director.
Yes.
We worked with Glenn Campbell.
I'll
Yep.
be damned.
Yeah, so I've known him for years.
Garage Logic is a small world.
It's a very small world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what message are you sending when you have these stage appearances? What are you trying to accomplish?
Well, everything, the whole program that I do is teaching kids the importance of farmers. I was talking to some farm kids in Wisconsin probably about 20 years ago, and they were saying they were being made fun of in school and stuff like that because it was city kids. It was urban sprawl. You know, they'd come from the city and they didn't understand. And these were dairy kids. I mean, some of the hardest working farmers out there are dairy folks. And these kids were saying they were being made fun of, you know, at school because they had on work boots and they had on their Carhartts and stuff like that. And so I decided that I wanted to create something that would get kids to understand the importance of our farmers. And so I know kids like magic, so I had some magic tricks, and the magic words are thank a farmer. Psychologically, when you thank somebody, that elevates that person's importance in your life.
Right.
And that's what I wanted to do with farmers. So every single thing in the show, like right here, I tell kids.
You brought what?
I brought
a dozen eggs with you?
Yeah, I brought a few eggs, not a dozen. They,
all right.
They go. I don't.
Right.
It's a kind of cheap show,
That's
so there's
right.
only half a dozen. No. So I'll ask kids. I've got it. What's this? What's this, folks?
Eggs.
Eggs, right?
Yeah.
I've got right here. What's this?
Baseball. Yeah.
And I've got something usually moms don't like kids messing with. And see if I can get it down here at the bottom of my bibs.
Pack of cigarettes? Oh.
Right here.
No.
A lighter?
Lipstick. Some
lipstick. Lipstick.
So out of those three things, which one of those, the first thing that comes to mind comes from a farm?
Eggs.
Eggs, right? So we go through a little fun farm fact with the eggs, and then I ask them, I say, what about baseball? Do farmers have anything to do with baseball?
Oh, heavens,
Absolutely.
Yeah, every single thing in it. So we
Right.
go through the ingredients of the baseball
Right.
real quick, and then I'll say, how many kids out there like gross things? And I'll get a few kids.
Sure.
Girls are raising their hand first
Oh,
nowadays.
they love that
yeah,
gross
they
stuff,
love gross
yeah.
stuff. And then how many of you like to gross out mom?
They all raise their
Yeah.
hands.
They all raise their hand then. So we're going to gross out mom. So the fun farm fact with lipstick is
Yeah.
the reason why it's so messy is because it's made from the fats of cows, sheep, and my favorite pigs.
That's right.
Lipstick on a pig.
Lipstick on a pig.
Yep. So every morning when I put my lipstick on, I think of myself as pretty as a pig.
Yeah.
And when mom puts on her lipstick, you can say, Mom, you're as pretty as a pig.
And that wouldn't even be an insult, would it?
No, but Dad better watch out.
Yeah.
I see that Dad right there. Yeah. And then I ask them if they want to see if I want to, since there's three things, if they want to see me juggle.
Yeah.
You want to see me juggle?
I do.
Okay. So can I take this off?
Absolutely.
And go down there?
Yes, you can. You're a performer. You're a professional farmer thinker.
Okay.
Huh? She got eggs.
gonna
Are those
juggle
real,
eggs.
Rhonda? Is that a real egg?
They're real, and the problem is it was so hot the other day.
It was so hot the other day.
How?
How hot was it? The egg melted.
Cooked itself.
We got to get her turned on.
Orange.
Orange.
Yep.
Let's
Yep,
try
you're good.
Rhonda now.
These guys are a little too far from this, so
Yep.
is it okay if I cross the...
Yes, you may do anything you wish. This is Rhonda
No holds
Swanson.
barred.
This is Rhonda Swanson. She is a lifelong Thank a Farmer entertainer, and she's now going to juggle an egg and a lipstick and a baseball, I believe.
Yep.
And it's just a fantastic
Effortless.
job. Just a fantastic. Oh, under the leg. She's a marvelous juggler. Whoa, and way up in the air. She caught the egg without the egg smashing. That's fantastic.
That's a gentle catch.
Thank you, Rhonda Swanson. And she'll be over at the Miracle Birth stage. Come on up and put your headphones back on, please.
Isn't this the part where she throws the egg at the host?
No.
Oh, I thought it was.
That's not the part, John. That's coming up for the musicians. Rhonda, what time will we be on today? 3?
I
One.
will be on at 1 and then 3.
From here, do you move on to another fair?
Yeah, I go to Amarillo.
Oh, really?
I live just north of Houston, so I do the Austin Rodeo Livestock Show, and I do Amarillo. But from here, I go to Amarillo.
You have kids?
I do.
How many?
We've got, my husband and I have 2 boys.
Yep.
And I have to say, I got to shout out to them. Jake.
Jake. I
our
like
one
the name.
son, yeah, he is currently a first sergeant in the Army.
Oh, wonderful.
And he is in training for his command master sergeant.
Wonderful.
He's going from
You mean a real
a real
command
one,
master
a
sergeant?
real one.
Yeah.
Unlike the guy
As
running
opposed
for
to the
VP.
fake command
Oh.
master sergeant.
And our daughter-in-law is a major in the Marines.
Wow.
And she is currently at Quantico working on being a lieutenant colonel.
Wonderful.
And
Wonderful.
we got a nephew at the Naval Academy. He's going to graduate this May. So
Jeez. That's fantastic,
Yes.
Rhonda. Thank you.
thank you. Thanks for having me.
Rhonda Swanson, we've known her for many, many years, and she's always guided me to the bus while she's entertaining the kids. Thanks, Rhonda.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Say, I wanted to tell people that it's the time of year when you want to get the house ready for winter or fall and look at your stucco problems. Donley Stucco and Exteriors is your complete exterior contractor and restoration company, and the reason to go with Donley is because they've been here the longest. over 100 years of experience in the metro, and they'll take care of all your stucco and plaster needs. That's an art. This ain't sheetrock. This is stucco and plaster, and they'll do small patches to full home facelifts. They'll take care of water repair, leaky roofs, damage assessments. They're high quality, and all exterior assessments from Donnelly Stucco are free. Go to Donnelly Stucco, one word, Donnelly, DonnellyStucco.com, or call Donnelly Stucco at 612-722-4200. Is this Logan Spector? Logan Spector?
No, that's
Like number 2. Well, why is he here? I know. Well, I thought you were going to play a guy named Logan Spector.
If Jimmy was sitting there, I would understand.
Huh? Yeah.
John?
I thought you were going to be Logan.
Not Logan.
I don't know who that is. Boy, it's starting to clam up. It's getting clammy, isn't it, GL?
It is.
Huh? You know what we call that? It's getting close.
You know what we need?
Close.
We need trees.
Well, Kenny, look at the trees. They've stopped moving. That's a bad sign for the fuel to gather and blow us all off the state fairgrounds.
It's coming tonight.
Well, we'll see.
Didn't rain in my house.
That's what we hear tomorrow.
A few branches down, you know.
Branches. Are we ready?
Yes.
John?
Yes, sir.
Hey,
I wanted to call you on the telephone and give you a ring.
will you yell at Kyle just one
But
quick
each
second?
time I try.
Same old thing.
Okay, here we go. We're ready.
I can't go till I get the cue from the producer of the show.
Thanks, man.
Give me a nod when
We ready?
He's waiting for you.
Johnny. Give me the
All right, here we go.
up nod.
Okay, sure.
And this portion of Garage Logic live at the Minnesota State Fair is brought to us by our friends at Dino's and the gyros that the crew consumed, despite the mayor's
So good.
right before the show. Garage Logic.
Devoured.
They were good.
Isn't that wonderful, ladies and gentlemen? He's not just a newsman. He's Johnny Guitar Height. Thank you, Johnny.
Mike Schoonover, the mender of bent fenders. We gave him the day off so we can talk to a special guest here about Schoonovers. I believe it's the first time this young man has been on the program.
Indeed it
Positive
is.
Thursday at the Minnesota State Fair, brought to us by Schoonover Body Works and Auto Care. They're in Shoreview, 1060 County Road E. Anything you need related to your automobile can be had at Schoonover, and our special guest is proof of that. GLers, say hello to Gabriel Mikulski.
Hello, Gabe.
Hello, hello. Thanks for having me.
First time here, huh? First
It
time
is.
on the program?
Yeah.
That's interesting, considering...
All right, that's enough. Let's get him off the stage.
All right, the reason I had you out here, Gabe, is to ask you about your Jeep. And you've had a lot of work done by Mike, but your Jeep just isn't any Jeep. Like John's Jeep, that's just any Jeep. Your Jeep is special. Tell me what it is.
So I have a 2018 JL Wrangler. It's a 4-door I just hit 100,000 miles this year.
Nice.
So initially I went to Schoonovers to get all my my gaskets changed, fluids changed, just the yearly maintenance.
Yeah.
And I also had them throw on a lift kit for me.
Okay.
With that lift kit, it's 3.5 inches.
Wow.
It's from American Expedition Vehicles.
Yeah.
They threw some 35-inch Toyo MT tires on there.
That's not cheap. You
No.
spent some coin.
It's not cheap, but that Jeep will take me anywhere that it wants to go. And I'm a man that I like to go on paths that nobody's been, and that Jeep wants to go there with
So,
me. So
you have gas, are they caddies, gas caddies I've
Yep.
seen mounted on the side of that thing. You have a tent on the roof of the vehicle.
I do. Not only is it a tent, it's a king-size bed. So
Wow.
it folds out, stays up on top. I have something called an expedition rack. So that's laying on top of the vehicle, and then it goes down. Not only does it provide added protection when
Sure.
you're out on the trail, up top it holds the weight of that tent.
That's
I have a-
okay. What else is that used for?
Is there a ladder? Do you have to use a ladder to get up there?
There is a ladder that's inside, yep. So it folds out.
So, I want to get right down to the serious question everybody's
I
thinking.
wish I had one of those.
It's 3 a.m.
Yep.
Nature calls.
Yep.
Down the ladder you go.
Are you down the ladder? Or are you just standing in the opening of the door and arcing it?
No, I go down the ladder.
You do?
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
100%. My
All right.
girlfriend doesn't have to see that.
That's right.
And then recently, you made a return trip to Schoonovers. What did you do?
I unfortunately did have to make a return trip. I got T-boned at a red light. The man went through the red light. I had the green light. And all of their hard work, all of their perfection, gone in an instant.
Wow.
So it got towed right back, and they got it looking better than it was before, brand new.
You've got it back.
I have it back now, yep.
What's the best part of dealing with Mike and his crew at Schoonover Body Works?
Their efficiency, I would say. They don't settle for anything but perfection. They will do whatever they have to get your car looking better than when it came there.
And that's why Schoonover Body Works and Auto Care is the official body shop of Garage Logic. They've been at it since 1938, always rated as one of the top shops in the metro. SchoonoverBodyWorks.com. Thanks, Gabe.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Gabe. May we welcome to the Garage Logic State Fair stage Logan Spector, who I've never met. Here's Logan. Hello, Logan. You are with the University of Minnesota. Let me get Logan all dressed up here.
That's right.
All right, Logan, are you a doctor?
I have a PhD.
You're a PhD, and you're a professor and division director in pediatric epidemiology and clinical research?
Yes.
Good Lord, that's important. Why are you at the fair?
Well, we're on our 10-year anniversary. We started a building at 1367 Cosgrove called the Driven to Discover Research Facility.
Right.
And it's basically where university professors and researchers can meet the public, where they are, and the public can participate in research on the spot.
Are you involved in the genetic study of Pronopups?
I know Dr. Thielen, who did that as a really a publicity stunt.
Right.
Yep. But she does very serious work looking at the genetics of bacteria and viruses.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you remember when your newsman bought that publicity stunt and read it like a news story?
I know, and I thought it was real, but it was real.
No, they really sequenced a hot dog, but there wasn't much scientific purpose to it.
No.
Yeah.
What did they find out, I wonder?
The hot dog had the ingredients that were claimed, so not like not like a Chilean sea bass, which sometimes turns out to be,
from Lake of the Woods.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So what are you currently involved in, and why is it important?
Well, I'm actually just a leader of the building, soliciting other professors to do research. So we have 50 different studies that are happening during this fair. Happy to tell you about some of them. I'm surveying people about their attitudes towards biobanking and something called an induced pluripotent stem cell.
What the hell is that?
I know. It's you might know that we used to have to get stem cells from embryos.
Yes.
All right, or
Yes.
cord blood.
Yes.
But now you can take an adult cells.
Oh.
All right, and yours look very adult.
Right.
And we can walk it back to embryo stage. And why might we want to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
I know what it was like. It wasn't
Yeah.
worth going back.
Let's say that there's a new medication, and we want to see how your body would process it. all
Right.
You know, what organ does that take place in? Do you know?
Liver?
Correct. You probably wouldn't want to give me a liver sample because that would involve surgery.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, but if I had your iPSC, I could turn it into a liver cell in a petri dish, bathe it in the medication, and then predict how your body would react to the medication.
Really?
They are also used in regenerative medicine. So a guy today asked me, well, could you make me a new knee from
Right.
this? And there are people at the U working on that.
Okay.
So we're not taking blood now. We are just asking people, now that you know about this technology, what do you think about it? Because it's very new and there isn't a lot of knowledge about it. So
I'm thinking highly of it just based on what you told me.
yeah. So
Now, can the fairgoers visit you doing this research? Or what's in the building at on Cosgrove?
It's basically just a big pole barn with level floors, and we have 8 to 10 studies going on at a given time.
Are they happening literally right now at the fair? Are they happening?
Nothing like you're thinking. There are studies that will take like blood samples or a nasal swab, like
Right.
Dr. Thielen, but nothing invasive and nothing that's what we call more than minimal risk.
People aren't walking in with some fried salad dressing and say, here, analyze this. That's not happening.
It could happen, and now you've given me ideas for next year.
Right. Well, you don't want to go after the dressing. Well, maybe you do. That's a very odd success story at the fair. Somebody makes ranch dressing.
Deep
and
fried
it's-
ranch dressing.
It's in a housing.
Yeah.
A ball of dough or whatever the hell it is. And it's, God, I'm still puzzled by it.
It's like a wonton.
But we also have outside investigators. So Boston Scientific is here testing a sock that's a electrified compression sock, I think, which helps people with neuropathy and varicose veins, for instance.
It's the fair, and I hate to get sensitive, but you're involved in the most meaningful thing I could imagine. You're trying to cure childhood cancer, aren't you? You're trying to find something.
I'm actually trying to prevent it entirely.
Prevent it.
Yeah.
Do you think that'll happen?
Yes, I think it will. And
Are you young enough to see it through?
It's funny you should ask. I turned 50 last year, and I have gone around saying that I want to spend the next 25 years of my career actually preventing childhood leukemia.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, can you go home and say, I really got X, Y, Z accomplished today? Can you see discernible results on a daily basis?
From my own personal research or the research going on?
Yeah,
at
Yours.
for what you do.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Right.
And, every day I make incremental progress, but it's the big leaps when you publish
Yeah.
the big paper, when you, discuss it at the big conference. And when it actually goes into practice, that's when it all becomes clear what you've been working for.
You got guys and gals working on Parkinson's?
Not me personally,
But you know
we
some
certainly
people?
do at the U. Yeah.
I saw a video yesterday. Of course, it was social media, so I don't know if it was true. A before and after. A guy with Parkinson's who was just shaking violently, trying to make a cup of tea. Then he took apparently what is a new revolutionary drug, and he was just like us.
Oh, amazing.
There's a lot of work. I study kids, so I can't tell you so much what's happening
Yeah.
on the other end of life. But I'll tell you, my father has amyloidosis. It's a heart disease. Tell the truth, I didn't know much about it, but I started digging into the medicine. And what is happening there is incredible. You've heard of gene editing.
Yes.
Now they have a drug that they can give to people with amyloidosis, turns off the gene that makes the defective protein.
Jesus.
And it made it into the New England Journal with 8 people because it was so incredibly effective, like no side effects. And, it's miracles happening every day.
Wow. Do you ever deal with the children? I mean, do you see kids?
I'm not a physician, but I've met more than my share of, kids.
Are you
with
nice
cancer.
to them, or you scare the hell out of them?
You try to be nice, yeah.
Well, that's
Pediatricians wear a lot of bow ties and cartoon characters on their ties.
I mean,
So-
go ahead,
Go ahead,
Ken.
Matthew.
That is part of the biggest problem with children that have cancer is they're giving adult doses and it's adult medicine, and that just wreak so much havoc
What are
on
you,
their
a
body.
doctor?
Well, no, but I know that's part of the problem is that it wrecks their body. And is there research going on to? You don't want to hold back, but just I guess apply different doses.
Yes, absolutely. And it is true that for roughly 40 years, you can read the book. It's called Emperor of All Maladies. Big, long chapter about Sidney Farber. Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, as Boston is named after him. They repurposed adult chemotherapy drugs for kids. We do try to find the dose that kills the cancer without giving the patients lifelong problems. It's what we call a de-escalation study. So absolutely, there's a lot of work into figuring out the right amount of drugs and what happens to these kids as they move into adulthood.
Got it.
Logan, tell us again where on the fairgrounds you can be visited.
It's 1367 Cosgrove. It's right across from the education building, near the Snelling Gate.
Well, sir, thank you. You're doing the Lord's work. Good luck.
Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you. Logan Spector, Ph.D., professor and division director, Division of Pediatric Epidemiology and Clinical Research at the U of M Medical School. Thank you very much. Say, you listen to this show long enough, I'll get your whole house redone.
Where are we going
I told
right
you
now?
about the stucco.
Are we going garage, stucco?
No, we're going windows.
Windows.
We need another big storm coming this afternoon, apparently. Although I'm not sensing it yet, it could develop. But you want windows that seal out that wind-driven rain. If you need new windows or entry doors, get a hold of Renewal by Anderson. And right now would be a great time because Renewal by Anderson has a state fair sale. Buy a window, get one 40% off when you buy 4 or more windows. No money down, no monthly payments, and no interest for 12 months. This is the Renewal Acclaim window replacements. Anderson's engineering innovation is present in every component. These babies work. They're gorgeous. They're durable. If you need new doors, the state fair pricing is also good on the ensemble entry doors, exclusively from Renewal by Anderson. So learn more at renewalbyanderson.com/Garage Logic or call Renewal by Anderson 651-705-6931.
Yes, sir.
Is the crew ready?
We are, Chris.
Okay.
It's been a while.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Let's go.
Okay. Hey, Ruck. Can you do a welter heating? All right. John.
Yes, sir.
Here we go. And this portion of Garage Logic at the Minnesota State Fair brought to us by our friends at Pronto Pup, the proud sponsor of the very expensive Such on a Stick.
Those are free.
Johnny's got a little guitar face going on.
Face.
Hey, everybody. Things are heating up here on the front porch.
John Heights.
Okay, John, thank you.
Control yourself. Control yourself.
Did you see where Charlie Watts did that once to Mick Jagger?
What?
In concert. Oh, it was a Motown song, Help Me. And every time Mick thought it was ended and he was breathing hard, Charlie started up again. So finally Mick looked at him and just, stop it.
That's wonderful, actually.
Since things are heating up around here, Johnny has.
Sense my
There we go.
imagination. That one.
It really is the season. It is the season.
It is,
So
for
worry
sure.
about your heating unit. There's really no season, but you should always worry about your heating unit because it's going to be winter in no time. And if you snuck through last winter, we had a nice, easy winter. Don't do it this year. Get in touch with Welter family, welterheating.com. 4 generations, over 100 plus years. And that's a lot. Of course, the heating units, AC units, have changed over the years, and their certified techs have trained themselves to work on those because they want you to be living in the most comfortable conditions. Or maybe it's a broken air conditioner. Boy, it's kind of tough when it gets 80 degrees and it's sticky. So get in touch. Go online to welterheating.com. They've been doing this for a long time, and they love you garage logicians. So do me a favor. Tell them the rookie sent you, welterheating.com.
May I have a few moments for a political update? I realize we're at the fair and you're accustomed to pogo stick jumping and state fair animals, but I want to give you a Walls update on his security at his residence that is now surrounded by concrete barriers.
Jersey barriers.
Jersey
Yeah,
barriers
I saw
on
that.
River
Very
Boulevard.
unsightly.
Yep.
Are you kidding?
On River Boulevard and then up Dayton on the south side of Dayton and then stops at Otis where the Secret Service are no longer allowing traffic on Dayton between Otis and the River Boulevard. All understandable, of course.
Well, wait a minute.
Yeah, but there's the barrier.
The barriers are
there's
along River Boulevard.
There's a rail, and then there's the fence.
Right.
So
I
there's
don't
3 layers.
understand the outrage on coming
Well,
from you
I guess
two.
we're
I
making
said
the
it's all understandable.
Not you. These
Isn't it
other
making
two.
the assumption that he's here?
No, he's not here. He's on the road with Kamala. And if you get a chance, you might want to look up a video of, I think it's at Liberty High School. Google Kamala and Walls visit Liberty High School. I think it was yesterday. And even Walls looked confused at what she was saying. And that's pretty hard to do, you know. Now, also, we learned through Alpha News that there's a DFL mini donut stand at the fair.
Really?
And I verified it. I went and looked. There's a very small sign on the window, and it tells the ingredients of the donuts, but if you keep reading the sign, the last paragraph acknowledges that the proceeds of that stand go to making a better Ramsey County. Well, it's not going to Republicans trying to make a better Ramsey County. Now, for all I know, that's common here. I don't know. I did not ever look at it this way. For all I know, the Super Dog booth is a Yes. Okay. And where was I?
You were wondering.
Oh, for all I know, it's perfectly legit. I mean, you got a booth. If you want to give some money to your cause, I guess that's the way it works.
Well, who was the big DFLer? Mark was his first name. He ran the other fry booth.
Dayton.
No, not Dayton. It was
whatever. I don't know.
Rosen. Mark
He was
Rosen.
he was a Hennepin County commissioner or a head of the DFL party.
Well, I mean, again, but it's just nice to know. I
The
might
current
look elsewhere
conditions.
to buy the donuts. You know.
Mark my balls
Although
off.
I'm all for helping Ramsey County, maybe it would lower taxes.
Ha.
We use mini donut money.
Wait.
Now take you to California for just a quick. Update.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
boy.
this ain't quick, brah.
The Democrat-controlled California legislature has approved. This is not made up. This approved Assembly Bill 1840, so that taxpayers in California can provide up to $150,000 down payment on homes for illegal immigrants.
Okay.
Well, that seems nice. Joe, we're helping neighbors. That's what socialism is.
I think, one man's socialism is another man's neighborliness.
Thank you.
That's
Well
what
said.
Governor
Well
Walsh
said.
And I think it's.
Karl Marx himself said
I
that.
think he did. And then finally, what we learned is tonight, I believe, and it should be very interesting, Walls and Harris will sit down together for their first interview. Their first supposedly meaningful interview, but I don't know how possibly it could be meaningful with CNN's Dana Bash as the host.
Okay.
Or hostess. Now, the only thing that puzzled me about it, and I think it's great, I think it's time they sat down and told us a few things, but I'm trying to recall, have presidential candidates always done these with their vice presidential candidate?
I don't remember one ever happening.
Did H.W. sit down with Dan Quayle
No.
when they had a...
No.
Dan.
Did Obama have Biden on hand when he was doing an interview?
Oh, the question is, are they going to do the same for Trump and Vance?
I don't know.
Of
I
course
never
they're
sat
not.
down with Danny.
Did you?
Never sat down with him.
He
He came down one time to.
Let me stop you right there. You're doing W, and Dan Quayle
Here we
was.
go. Here we go.
Donald Trump and Mike Pence gave an interview
All right,
together.
that
Way to go,
answers
Kyle.
that question.
So thank you.
Kyle,
Our
Kyle.
staff is
Rescue.
right
Earning
on
your
it.
worth today. Thank you,
Worthwhile
Kyle.
strategic.
So it's not uncommon.
So you don't have to apologize tomorrow.
I don't
thanks
have to.
Kyle.
I didn't make anything up.
Yeah.
How many jailers were frantically typing the email as they heard that first minute?
Right.
All right. So good luck to.
I
Mr.
saw a great tweet from a pundit, and I will clean it up.
What's a pundit?
You know, a political pundit.
Oh, pundit. All
and
right.
so it
Yeah,
said
pundit.
basically, if you plan on voting for Harris after living through 4 years of Joe Biden, it's like crapping your pants and changing your shirt. And I thought, spot on.
Okay.
Well, I haven't looked at it that way, but
That's come to the gutter with me, Joe.
What did you clean up?
Aisle two.
You'll notice no Republicans have visited our booth.
Well, I think there's several running. Maybe they just.
Yeah,
are,
well, you know what? They don't have the
who's
balls
running?
to. Because
No,
I'm
running.
Republican, you said. We had that gal running
Who's
against,
on your shirt?
Oh, we had Dahlia.
Yeah.
we had
Ellen
Dahlia.
Dahlia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the Republicans
Stacey
are
Medicine?
absolutely pathetic. They didn't fix their party when they could have, and now they're stuck with what they're stuck
Well,
with.
I believe the one guy
and
was-
we're doomed either way. We're doomed either way.
I think the one guy was making signs. That's why he couldn't come over.
I can get you a sign. I'll get you a sign. Jeez. You guys,
Hey, how are you?
no. Are you in mood for magic?
Yeah.
GLers live here at Gumption
Yeah.
County. Are you in the mood for magic?
Magical.
Then go get yourself a Prana Pup. They're magical.
Make this nightmare disappear.
The official food on a stick is in Garage Logic is the Prano Pup. But did you know
What about it? I know everything about it.
it's the first food on a stick at the State Fair in 1947?
Started the trend.
Yes, and Greg and Wayne Carnes for the Carnes family are keeping it up. Wiener done in a bun.
They're working feverishly.
There's 8 locations.
Yep.
One
Two
right
very
near
close
here,
to us.
right, Rook?
Two very close to us, yes.
And they're supporting Garage Logic this year, so of course we're supporting Prano Pups, the official food on a stick in Garage Logic, and they're sponsoring the food on the Such on a stick, which I hope to God you're not paying for, because I think the Carnes family popped for that, didn't
Yes,
they?
they
And
did.
it's a
They did.
priceless artifact,
That's-
the Such on a stick.
Now
Priceless.
we don't need to take a break, Reeves.
Oh, sure. We can
because
keep
we
rolling.
got that in, and I want to bring out.
This is
Mr.
Mr.
Norm.
Mr. Norm.
Mr. Norm. Hello, Mr. Norm. How are you, Mr. Norm? Good to see you. How are you? You got to get a thing on
Go
there.
ahead and throw a headset on.
Now we got to get your volume. There you go.
You know, my wife, she first place, she goes, is the Pronto Pup. That is the thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Look, I love when a
First
guest helps
place.
out the sponsor.
Mr. Norm, where are you appearing on the fairgrounds?
It's a crossroads stage, kind of that way.
Crossroads stage.
Yeah.
And what time?
Well, you had to ask me that. I think the next one's at 2. I don't know. Just come by.
You just
Yeah.
wander up there
3 in the
maybe to lay you
afternoon.
on? Or
Yeah,
what?
yeah. Like I think it's 11:45, 2, and 4:30, but it doesn't matter to me.
Are you here every day? Or
Yeah.
is-
Yep.
Through the
Actually,
end of the fair?
I missed the first 2 days. I was way out there by Wahpeton, out there in
Oh.
Breckenridge, so I was
Okay.
far away. So.
Okay. You are a professional magician.
Well, I don't know about that, but
Well, we hope you are.
I'm a logical guy, and I
All right.
had to bring a hammer to see if you could learn some tricks today.
Okay, I'd love to.
Would I see Joe do a trick, guys?
Duh.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is a live audience.
Mr. Norm.
Now,
I know my way around a hammer,
You
Norm.
do. So
Yeah.
if you do, wave your fingers, make it disappear. It's
Go
gone.
away.
Look at that.
Whoa.
Make it come back. Wait a sec, back again. Okay. Make it go.
Get the hell out of here. Go on, leave. Leave. That's voodoo.
What?
Well, how about that part?
Well, never mind. Okay.
Have you seen?
Okay.
Wait.
I got one with a map.
Well, where'd the hammer go?
You made it disappear. It was
Oh.
great. You did. Give Joe a big hand. How about
Made
Joe?
the hammer
hey.
disappear.
Have you seen? Let me ask you. Have you seen the video of David Blaine in Harrison Ford's house performing a trick with an orange, and it works? And he just looks at him and says, "Get the F out of my house right now.
Really?
Get out of my
Well,
house."
it was an orange they created before the show started.
It was nice to
Oh,
meet
it's
you. though.
magic.
I'm
Nice to
sorry I
meet
have to
you.
leave so
Yeah,
early.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
hoping to stay longer.
Orange, you glad it wasn't a hammer?
But yeah.
I'll get out of the way here.
But I did to see the one where Walls made the money disappear. That was a good one. I
Yes.
liked it. It was sort of good. It
Made
depends on-
$18 billion disappear.
Well, yeah, but I mean, give or take a few.
Yeah.
But you know, I thought I'd do one that you could actually do with your friends here.
All right.
Rook,
Tell me.
hey, dude.
I
a
love
map.
maps.
I know you love maps. That's
Norm,
why
I love
maps.
maps.
I'm always using
That's
maps.
a legitimate map.
I learned
a
that
real
in Cub
map.
Scouts. I don't want to use the Oklahoma side or the Texas side. So if you would see the other side, what cities are on there, or what states? That's Minnesota, North Dakota, Nebraska.
Oh,
yeah,
this
sure.
Is the Midwest.
Take the pen, if you wish to, Rookie.
All right.
I'm going to put the pen like the map like this, and just make a small circle, like a size you think might just go underneath, and make a circle. Don't show me, don't look. Make a small circle, like maybe it might be near a mountain or might be near a train tracks or a. Yeah, don't let me see. This is small. Yeah, good, good. Now, I'll let you take care of this, Joe. Take a look if you can find that circle he made on there. Thank you, sir. Rookie, you're awesome.
I think it's
can't.
on the other side.
Oh yeah,
Joe.
not on the Texas
other
side.
Yeah.
So flip it over, and now there's maybe a circle somewhere on there, small circle or medium-sized circle. Don't
I
show
see
me.
one, Rook. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm getting an impression, if I can. Think about the city that you that Rook circled there when nobody was looking except for you, Joe. Think about it. I'm going to try to read your mind. Make your mind totally blank, if you would, there, sir.
Not a problem.
Okay, good. We're there. Okay, good. And think about that one city or town or river, whatever's on there. You got it?
I do.
I'm thinking a capital of a state. I'm thinking you're like somewhere near. You picked Wisconsin for no. That doesn't make sense because I see like water off to the west is water, like a water tower, something a water something. But anyway, below it, I see corn, lots of corn, but it's like made into art, like the Corn Palace. You're near the corn. You're not in Wisconsin.
No.
He circled a place on that 4 or 5. Madison,
Yes.
Minnesota?
Yes.
Not Madison, Wisconsin.
No, he picked Wilmer.
He picked Wilmer. It would have been good.
No, I'm kidding you. He picked Madison. You did it, Doctor.
Did I? I was just
Dr.
reading your
Norm.
mind.
Yeah.
That was your powers, man.
Are you kidding me?
Isn't he good?
Okay, now how do you do that? It's a secret, isn't it?
Well,
It's
you guys have to
magic.
all leave. All the people at the fair have to leave. Can you guys just go for a while and tell them the secret? Real
It's
quick?
a magic trick.
It's
That
an
is
illusion.
amazing.
That is amazing. I got another one for you. Got time? I mean, I don't want to take up all
We've
your-
got time, Dr. Norm.
Because we got to get this stuff, we got to get this world fixed. So I'll show you how to do it. You got to tie knots real quick out there on the farm sometimes.
Yes,
yeah?
you do.
So if you would, use your imagination. Imagine a rope in the sky.
I am seeing a rope in the sky.
That's awesome. And right there's a knot, invisible knot on the invisible rope.
There's a knot.
I'm going to take the invisible knot off the rope. And here it is right here, the invisible knot.
There it is.
I'm going to toss it to you. Good job.
Oh, I caught the knot.
It makes noise.
One hand, toss it back. Oh, good job. Got to play for the twins. Catch. Oh, good job. Catch.
I got it.
Toss it back here. Zing. Rook, over to you. Oh, he's no longer a rookie. I have to toss it back. Good job. Over here now. One more time. Somebody out there, guy with the green shirt. Well, no, we won't pick anybody from Wisconsin. Okay. Somebody, somebody, nice gentleman with the hat
Pick
way
the
back
kid
there.
down there.
Way
All
back
right.
there. Way in the back. Way in the back. I almost had an interception. Throw it to Joe.
He got it.
Joe's got it. Okay, now, the impossible is going to happen if Joe can do this correctly, and I know you can.
Yes.
Take that knot, throw it on this rope. Oh, missed. Coming back, catch. Never give up. Never give up. Joe, do you ever give up? No, I know that about
never.
you. Oh, no. Coming back. Sometimes we need encouragement. Say you can do it, Joe.
Come on, Joe. You can do it.
I can do this.
You can do this.
I can do this.
I believe in you, Joe.
No!
What the hell?
He just, the invisible knot has become a visible knot.
Give me 5.
That's
No,
fantastic, Mr.
I
Norm.
said $5. $5.
$5 he wants. That's fantastic, Mr. Norm.
How did he do that?
I got more or less if you want. But I guess
Well,
I
we
get to
want
go all
more.
over.
The Gumption County people love magic.
Gumption County, let's hear it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a showbiz story. A friend of mine toured the country doing schools, like I used to do all over the country doing school assemblies for high schools and
Sure.
elementaries. And he was in Iowa going up and down that river that goes to
The Mississippi.
well, Iowa the other side, Nebraska. It must be the Missouri River. Maybe?
Missouri.
Okay.
Missouri River.
So anyway, he's going up and down trying to find this town. And he finally found the police officer and said, I can't find this town on my map here. I'm supposed to do a show here pretty soon.
Yeah.
He goes, that town moved to Nebraska
Really?
because a big flood came. This is back like in the 40s.
I'll be dead.
And the flood put the river on the other side of that town. So I thought you'd like that one. But anyway.
I do. Are you done
Another
with this
trick?
map?
Yeah, I'm done.
Because I know how to fold maps.
Yeah.
So I'll take care of
Good,
that for
I don't.
Yeah.
They're all like. But
I
can do
like
a
to
quick
fold a good map.
I can do a quick newspaper
Gotta
trick.
have
I
a
would
fun.
love for you
All
to.
right, super duper. Yeah, well, I'll step right over here, and
let
you
me get
guys
out of
can
the
see
way.
okay. Rook, you can see okay?
Yep.
All right, excellent.
Which newspaper is that, Mr.?
That's the
Mr.
Chisago
Norm?
County Press up
Look
sure.
at that.
Chicago County.
I live out by Moody's Barn, the round barn up there by
Yeah,
Scandia.
yeah.
I live out behind there on the other lake back there, but I love to go up to Moody's once in a while and check out the paper here, though, the Illusion. Remember a newspaper article or something so you recognize it when you see it again? Okay, good. And now the illusion is going to start. It's going to look very real. It's going to look like it's being torn. And then we'll try to put it back together. It's going to sound like it's being torn.
Sure does.
For our radio listeners. Yep, and it's going to sound like, and even people will sometimes say, hey, Mr. Norm. That's
Hey,
what they say.
Mr. Norm.
They say, I'm sure I saw
Nice
the
job,
paper
Kyle.
being torn, but is it really being torn? And I wanted you to know, Joe, that this is a community newspaper.
That is. Foghorn that.
Community.
I'm sleeping at the wheel here. I apologize.
I love it. I
Thank
just
you,
love
Mr.
it. I
Norm.
love it. That's a huge ship you got out there behind the shed. Okay, so get ready. We're going to try to put all the pieces back together and see if we can make the magic happen. You guys help me do the trick. Wave your fingers, make the trick.
Sure.
And now it's happening.
Oh, see, now that's wrong. How does that
Let's
happen?
give those guys a great big round of applause. You guys are awesome.
I saw him rip it.
How did he do that?
I saw him rip it, Rook.
I was this
Yes.
far away. I can't figure
Can
it out.
can I see that paper for a minute?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Magician never tells
How
the
many
tricks.
minutes? No, it is an illusion, so I can't give it to you. Come on, I'm an
No,
honest
but you know
cheat.
what I wanted
I'm an
off
honest
it?
cheat.
I just wanted the date. I didn't want anything else.
No.
The weather. You want the weather.
I wanted the weather.
You want the normal temperature versus the average temperature, right?
Yes, I did.
Or the average temperature. That's what I
Remember when the magician Harry walked into the set of Cheers? He walks into the bar and Norm gets up and says, "Harry, here's the $20 you're going to win off me in about the next 10 minutes."
Mr.
I
Norm,
feel like.
how long have you been in the magic business?
Since I was about 5 as a hobby.
Really?
And just kind of, I saw Bozo the Clown when I was a kid
Oh,
in
yeah.
Chicago, and then
Yeah.
somehow that had an effect. I grew up in small towns in South Dakota, and then somehow did school tours all over the country for years. And
Right.
somehow,
Is this your first Minnesota State Fair?
Oh no, about 15 or so.
Really?
And I've done their show before, but I'm pretty unrememberable. So.
You did this show before?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mr.
Before
Norm, when was that?
BC before COVID.
Before COVID?
Yeah,
okay.
way back in the old days.
COVID did wipe out a lot of memories, didn't it?
But if you got a dollar bill, I'll show you a quick dollar bill. If you got to go, you got to go.
I do
don't
have
I
a-
wanna
no,
be sensitive
no,
to
no,
time.
More than
Doctor.
that, go a lot higher.
Hey, thanks for folding my map. Look at this.
I'm
This
gonna.
is-
I
did a good
folded
job.
that map correctly.
Yes.
Here's a dollar bill.
Thank you. Just
Do
a
I
mo-
get it back?
He had to ask, didn't he? I'm an honest cheat. I seriously am. So if you would take a look at the dollar. Who's the famous guy in there? I'm going to challenge Rookie. I'm covering his face. Rookie, who's on the dollar bill? Oh, no, really? Sometimes I go.
Washington.
You got it. First, final answer?
Yeah, that's
George-
good.
George
Washington
All I
works.
can see is Ben Franklin. But okay.
Ben, first president, father of our country, life of the party. He'd go to parties like this and do amazing party tricks, like he'd take
George Washington did?
Yeah, he'd take like the wooden teeth and do the castanets.
yeah.
That's always a good trick back
I
then.
love that. Yeah. So he'd bend his face and twist and do impressions, kind of like Rich Little. He'd do impressions of other presidents. Oh, don't put all your money away in that paperclip yet. We're gonna get you might get
He's
your
gonna
dollar
need
back.
more.
You might get your dollar back. He did impressions of other presidents, which is really cool if you're the first president. But if you look real close, he looks a little bit different.
Yikes.
Does he look a little bit different?
Came back as a 20.
Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson. Look in the back. See, there's Jackson's house right there.
Yeah.
And there's Tito and Jermaine right there.
That's right.
So thank you for helping today. Give Joe a big round of applause. $20 your lucky day. Oh, wait, let's go. Let's go for Ben Franklin.
All right.
Oh, now I got your attention. Okay.
He's on the hundo.
Yep, good. Now watch close to $100 bill. Ben
Mr. Franklin from the bank.
The first guy with the lending library in America, scientist, electrician, ambassador, Ben Franklin. Amazing guy. Invented those bifocal things. For you, a $100 bill, Joe, a one. Oh,
It's a 1. It's a 1.
Zeros fell off. I'm sorry, the zeros fell off.
Yeah.
That's Ben Franklin dressed like George Washington.
That's right.
I'm
That's
so
what it is.
sorry about that.
You know
Thank
what
you
it was?
very
I'm
much.
I'm
20.
sorry.
Just like
Turned it
the
into a 20.
just like the government, he
Give
turned
him- give it back
$20
to
into
him.
a dollar.
Thank
give
you.
it
Thank you
back
very
to
much.
him.
Thank
You did.
I am not a crook.
Thank you, Doctor. I don't know why I keep calling you Doctor.
You can call me doctor. That's
You're
fine.
Mr. Norm.
Yeah.
Mr. Norm, the
Mrs. Norm is
musician.
over there. Am I Mrs. Norm is
Where's
over there?
Mrs. Norm? I want to wave to her.
Yeah, she's
Hi,
on there.
Mrs.
Hello,
Norm.
Mrs. Norm.
Hi, Mrs.
How
You're
are you?
going right to heaven.
She says I'm not the norm.
Does she? Do you do any tricks with Mrs. Norm?
Hey, now.
Don't answer that question.
She used to do a show. She actually had her own show in libraries for years,
No.
but she kind of backed off. She works at a credit union in town here.
All right.
But yeah, she's wonderful. She's got a split personality, so I could saw her half, but she's. We've been
Mr. Norm.
We've been
isn't he-
happily married, Joe, for 41 years.
Really?
We've been married for 42,
You
but
have
happily
kids?
married for 41.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But,
You have kids?
yeah, our daughter just became a nurse, RN or whatever you call it.
Congratulations.
Yeah, Lord is good. Lot to be thankful for.
I take it you're going to do one more.
I'll show you one more. If you got to run.
We
you gotta-
have
oh,
time.
No, you're
okay.
good.
I keep
You're
thinking I'm used to
good.
the
You don't
radio
even know
format.
what time you're supposed to be on at your next appointment.
No, I'm not until it's Tuesday, right?
It's no,
Okay.
it's Thursday.
Okay, well, I think I'm in the right place. Then.
All right.
So watch close to a magnetism.
This is a baton. What would you call it?
Baton, magic wand.
Baton.
Magic wand. We're gonna magnetize it.
Yep.
You can't magnetize wood, but
No.
it does look like it's magnetized. So I'm just gonna show you how it's done. This is how it's done. Count the fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh.
Isn't that a real
I
illusion?
get
It looks
it.
pretty real.
What the
isn't
hell
it?
did he just do?
Well, he's holding it, Joe. See
See
with
the
his
finger right there?
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
See,
So
so it's-
your mind fills that in. We don't realize that's gone. I mean, if it was real, it'd look more like that. And
Let's see if I can do it.
Second,
See if I can
just
do
a
it.
second here, just,
Norm.
I'm sorry, just get this thing. Okay, I'm just sorry. Just hold on.
Never
Joe,
mind.
just-
I couldn't do it.
Joe, just a second. I was watching. Here it is. Could you snap your fingers? Help me do the trick. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you. Joe,
wow.
the magician. He's got Joe Mojo.
Professional assistant.
You are awesome. I got a tutu for you back here, if I could.
A what? A tutu?
Could you be my professional assistant then?
No.
Okay. No. Okay.
Mr. Norm, thank you.
You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
I really.
Good to see you.
I dig you, man.
All right.
You're
Good
awesome.
luck at the state fair.
I love this community.
I know. Thank you very much.
I love the community.
Thank you very much. We're going to take a time out, and you know what?
He did community again.
Our friend Doris will be joining us with today's State Fair animal. Gumption County residents, do you want to see an animal today?
Yes.
Yes, they do. Of course they do. Oh, and Princess Dairy Queen is here.
Princess
Princess
Queen.
K of the Milky Way.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
You
The
wanna-
princess. You know,
Should this segment pause?
I think so.
Okay. doing dairy? Okay. So Doris is running late. So we're gonna do.
That's fine.
We're gonna talk to Princess K right now, and then we'll talk to Doris later. And I'm ready whenever you guys are. Can I
need. Hi, Princess K.
Do you want to give her a stick mic, Michael Weber? Oh, that'll work.
Okay.
Are we ready to go?
Yes.
Okay. Johnny?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In 3, 2, 1.
Thank you, Johnny Height.
So, Such, I was holed up in my room yesterday afternoon like Howard Hughes when I decided to break free, go down to the bistro, order a burger and fries, and guess who I meet down in the lobby?
Bob Hope.
A GLer.
Really?
Yeah, GLer streaming into the Courtyard by Marriott.
Stalking you?
Yeah, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Roseville. No, I wouldn't say that at all.
Okay,
He was
okay.
just saying hi. They always provide lodging for me when I'm in the Twin Cities, including the State Fair. But that's because I picked them because it's close to everything. Both downtowns, the Sports Center in Blaine, of course, the fair. You can catch a shuttle bus right next to the hotel. Very convenient. Rosedale Mall. There's all sorts of fine dining close by and dining for people like me. But if you want to be like Howard Hughes and never leave the hotel, you can eat breakfast and supper. We call it supper.
Call it supper.
At the bistro downstairs. I always use the laundry. I always have a refreshing beverage in the lounge. It's just a wonderful place. And a special offer for GLers now through March, 20% off a weekend stay at the Courtyard by Marriott. Just go to garagelogic.com and click on the Courtyard by Marriott link.
Rachel Visser, is that correct?
That's correct.
Visser or Visser?
Visser.
Visser?
Yes.
Do you call it supper or dinner?
I typically call it supper.
Really? You are a true Princess K of the Milky Way. Congratulations on your crowning. I've had 31 what are you? Princess
K of the Milky Way.
On this stage. And
Oh, my
What
goodness.
year is this for the pageant?
I am the 71st Princess K of the Milky Way.
Wow.
Really? The 71st. You've already done the butter deal. That'll go home to Hutchinson?
Yes, it will. My likeness is sculpted in 90 pounds of salted butter in the dairy building.
And your duties compel you to be on the fairgrounds every day, and you can't nod because you have to talk, and then you'll travel the country to a certain extent.
Yeah, so during the fair here, I spend all 12 days here at the Minnesota State Fair. The first 2 days were spent in the dairy building, in the butter booth, where I was in my snow pants, where it was about 40 degrees, getting my likeness sculpted into butter.
Right.
And since then, I have been hanging around the dairy building. We go to the milking demonstration down at the dairy cattle barn every day, and we're in the parade that goes around the fairgrounds here every day.
Wonderful.
Are you satisfied with the look of the butter?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good.
I am.
What are your family's plans for that? Because I understand many Princess K's have saved it for years, and then maybe they'll have a corn roast or something, and everybody brings it out. Is that your plan?
Yeah, I've heard that the scraps themselves, just the scraps will last a while. So I'll take some of those to school with me to enjoy throughout the school year, and the rest Mom will get to keep at home. And the butterhead itself, I plan to have a baked potato feed sometime in the next year.
Where do you go to school?
Cool.
I am here at the University of Minnesota. I'll be a sophomore studying agricultural business and agricultural communications and marketing. So
Now,
right up the hill.
Does your queenship get you a little taste, a little scholarship money?
You know, I will get a little bit of a scholarship, but I am really excited about the experiences I'll have the next year traveling the state of Minnesota.
Obviously, you grew up on a farm, right?
So I actually had a unique experience and introduction into the dairy community. So my grandparents were dairy farmers, and my dad grew up on a dairy farm. And while I didn't grow up on the farm, my grandparents sold the cows before I was born. I grew up working on a dairy farm,
Nice.
just 10 minutes away from my place. So I started showing my first calf through the 4-H lease program. That's kind of how I got my start in working on the farm, and I've been doing that since about third grade, so about 11 years now.
So you were a townie working on a farm, right?
Yeah. So
Same as me. I did the same thing
sure,
as a kid.
Sure. So we live out of town and just west of Hutchinson, and the farm is closer to Litchfield. So that's where I've grown up.
I've learned from our various guests that these kids can lease animals, and that's what you did.
Yeah, it's such a unique experience to give so many kids the opportunity to work on the farm and help on the farm and show dairy cattle or any species through the 4-H lease program.
I mean, I've leased a car, but
You can't eat a car, and a car doesn't give you milk.
No. Are you do you have to stay overnight at the fairgrounds, or do you get to go home?
We stay at a hotel, so we're here during the day for the duration of the butter sculpting. So usually about 9 to 5 we're here.
Do you have a court? What's the word I want? Is it court?
So I'm here all 12 days, and then there's 8 other finalists. So they rotate throughout the week. They're each here for 4 days. So right now, Katie Ketchum from Winona County is here, and she is getting her likeness sculpted into butter. And there's 2 other finalists that will be around the fairgrounds today as well.
So they're not a court in the traditional sense like we think. Like they should be standing here with fanning them, and getting
no,
you
not at all.
ice
Not
Picking up
shots
your trailing gown,
lighting your cigarettes, and all that stuff.
I didn't know you smoked.
No, he does. She does.
Oh.
You're touting the dairy products. You brought a couple with you. These heathens have probably already consumed them, so I never got a taste. So
I grabbed the chocolate one right away.
Did,
but I split it in half. But
fairgoers can buy these things.
Yes, if you stop in the dairy building on the corner of Judson and Underwood, you can check out those butter sculptures I was talking about, but you can also stop by the Dairy Goodness Bar, and we have all kinds of dairy products. We have milk, yogurt, cheese, and ice cream, and that ice cream is made with the Dairy Farmers of Minnesota's secret recipe, so it is the best.
You have a throne there? You sit there in a throne like Santa Claus at a department store?
Nope, they keep me too busy. I don't have time to sit down.
I bet you get a lot of questions, don't you, on a daily basis?
I enjoy it.
That's where we're going. What's the dumbest question you've ever heard, and did it come from this guy?
This one.
No, I haven't had many silly questions since I've started the fair here, but I do have a lot of people curious about the butter heads and the butter sculptures and what that process looks like, and everyone's amazed when they hear that we take all 90 pounds home.
Is it a new carver this year?
So
Didn't
Jerry,
the old butter queen carver retire?
Julie Christensen, I believe.
Linda Christensen.
Linda
yes.
Christensen.
Yeah, she did it for 50 years actually.
Wow.
And in 2020, Jerry Kulzer from Litchfield, Minnesota, started doing it. So he's busy today sculpting another butter sculpture.
And it's not margarine; it's real butter.
It is real butter. It's real butter.
I love the fact that you're going to have a big feed and carve up your head. That's awesome. That's a great idea. Fun party.
For baked potatoes.
Yeah. Has anybody claimed the nose yet and the ears? And
my sisters thought about it, but we'll
How many
see about
siblings
that.
do you have?
I have 2 younger sisters.
You think they'll follow in your footsteps?
They are both also active in working on the farm and in 4-H and FFA, and they're actually here today showing dairy cattle. So I'm sure they're also in the McLeod County Dairy Royalty Program.
Wonderful.
So.
Wonderful. Well, Princess Kay, you're lovely, and congratulations. I hope you have a great year.
Thank you.
All
I'm
right.
looking forward to it.
It's Rachel Visser, and she is Princess Kay of the Milky Way, the 71st?
Correct.
The 71st Princess Kay of the Milky Way. That's fantastic. Thank you very much, young lady. All right. We'll take a time out here, son, and then be back shortly.
But not before I tell you about my friends at Hofferman Water and Connecticut. They are the best. I've been a customer for years now, and I know that you've been hearing me talk about my friends at Hofferman Water and Connecticut, but I do want to make mention of the fact that they're out here. They are at the Minnesota State Fair, and they are over here in the Home Improvement Building. I was over there, that was Monday afternoon that I stopped by the Home Improvement Building and swung by with my friends at Hofferman Water in Connecticut, and they have great state fair deals for whole home water treatment systems, and their booth is staffed by local water treatment experts. You can talk to them about your water score and improvement plans for the water inside of your home. So if you're dealing with contaminants, hair, or skin issues, dingy and stiff laundry, or stains across your home's appliances and fixtures, like I was, I'm not joking. I started as a customer of Hofferman Water in Connecticut, and then all of a sudden they said, "Aren't you that guy on Garage Logic?" And I said, "Yeah." So then we started to become partners together, and it's been great. And they're fantastic. They've made an amazing difference in the quality of my water, and I know that they can help you too. And while you're at their booth, make sure you register to win a 36-inch Omnivore Blackstone griddle. I saw it myself. It's fantastic. Actually makes me want to go buy one. That's how neat it was. So make sure you visit the experts at the Hofferman Water and Connecticut booth inside the Home Improvement Building, or just give Hofferman Water a call today, and you can schedule that free water analysis. You can also do that at their website, which is hoffermanwater.com. Hofferman Water has been proudly serving the state of Minnesota for over 50 years. Please do me a favor and mention that you heard about them right here on the Garage Logic podcast. What happened?
I had a meeting earlier, Joe, that I had to address some non-barnacles.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please.
All right. Just give me one moment and I'll be
Playing the part of rookie today.
30.
And if you guys, once we start talking, you could turn around so that people in Garage Logic can see. There you go.
You guys ready?
We are,
Sure.
Chris.
Okay. And this portion of Garage Logic at the Minnesota State Fair is brought to us by our friends at North American Banking Company. It's banking done differently. Find them online at nabankco.com.
Oh, a little twang. I like it. Oh. Isn't that a nice touch from John Hyde? A little twang.
That was for Mick, wasn't it? She said yesterday, does he ever do acoustic stuff?
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's an electric guitar, Rook.
Well, no, it's an acoustic electric. It's
Oh yeah. We have Doris Mold with us. Here's today's State Fair Animal. We could not do the show without Doris, thus her installment a couple of years ago in the Garage Logic Hall of Fame. She is our official animal wrangler. And Doris, who have you brought with you today?
Well, we have two members from the FFA, and they both are working in the Miracle Birth Center, and they've brought some animals to visit today.
And you are, Doris will hold the microphone.
I am Bryn Sabo from the Rocori FFA chapter.
What chapter?
Rocori.
Rocori, up by St. Cloud.
Yep.
Pretty much everything's up by St. Cloud.
Cold Spring Rocori.
What's your name again? I'm sorry.
Bryn Sabo.
Bryn, and what animal have you brought?
I have a 3-week-old boar goat named Bluey right here.
He wants the mic.
Do you lease that animal, or is it from your farm?
So these are not from our farm. These are from a local farm in Bloomington, but I do show goats.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wonderful. And the other guest, Doris, is?
Hi, I'm Isabel Amsbaugh from the Zumbrota Mazeppa FFA chapter.
Hi, Isabel, and what have you brought?
This little girl here is Muffin. She's a polypay lamb, and she's about 7 days old.
Holy cow, it's an infant, isn't it?
Muffin.
They grow very rapidly, Joe.
Well, that doesn't look that big, Doris. It's still a baby. I can tell that much. I mean, it's an infant.
Yes, because you are an animal expert now after so many years.
How soon before this lamb can be eaten?
What? This lamb will have to mature a little bit, usually 6 months or so.
Then we can eat it.
Yep.
All right. Isabel, where do you go to school?
I go to school in Zumbrota, Mazeppa, which is in the Rochester area.
Okay, and what are you in high school?
I am a senior this year.
At what high school?
Zumbrota, Mazeppa High School.
I think she just said that, didn't she? And what about Bryn? Where does Bryn go to school?
I go to school at Rocori High School, but I am also doing college through Ridgewater in Wilmer.
Wonderful. So you're getting ahead of the game there.
Yep.
Are you both seniors?
Yes.
Okay. And do you plan to go into a career featuring these creatures?
So I'm not 100% sure. I have kind of two career paths I've been debating. One is agriculture education, and then the other one would be animal genetics. So for show goats especially, just trying to improve all of their genetics.
We had a guest on earlier, Bryn, that you would have enjoyed, a guy named Logan Spector. He's a doctor at the U of M, and he's involved in genetic studies. You would have enjoyed that.
Go that direction. That's where the money is.
Yeah, follow the money, okay, kid?
Do the money. What about
Don't
you,
be like
Isabel?
us.
I don't think there's a lot of dough in goats.
Don't be like us.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the large animal veterinary track, but I'm also between either pre-vet or pre-med.
Well, the money would be with the large animals.
Wait.
You know, you get a sick elephant, you're going to charge somebody.
Right. Pre-med.
I think pre-med would be more the route if you really want to make money.
Okay, then find big people. If it's you know, you got to wait on the big people, you charge them a lot. But an elephant, I mean, that's, you know, you pull a toenail out of an elephant, you're looking at charge them $1,000 or so, wouldn't you? I mean, that's a big deal. You know, what the hell?
Well, we can recommend don't get into radio and broadcasting because that career choice would be bad.
No, stay in school, kids.
Right.
Stay in school, kids.
2 times as
Now, are they, Doris and Isabel and Bryn, are these animals to be judged yet at the fair?
So I'll let them explain, but there are
Okay.
special display animals.
Oh, boy. All right, Bryn?
So we work at the Miracle of Birth Center over by the Coliseum, where we get to educate the public about all of these animals, show them the miracle of birth, and then we also get to care for them. We work with all the veterinarians and make sure they're getting the best care, too, during the fair.
Now, we're not birthing cows this year.
No, we're not birthing
But are we
cows.
birthing lambs and goats? Was little lamb here birthed at the fair?
Yes, this lamb was born at the fair.
Oh,
No
first
kidding.
day? First day?
Yep, on Thursday.
Oh, it's
So
a
it's
week
never
old
been
today.
outside the gates.
It's a week old and its first appearance is
Never
right
been
here.
outside the gates of the
Never been
fair.
outside the gates.
Wow, what a life.
Doesn't even know what the world is like, does he? Is it a he or a she?
This is a she.
She. Are they better eating than males?
You know, I wouldn't know that. I think they probably taste pretty similar.
Okay, I suppose, sure.
I have a question about eating them. If I was going to raise this thing for maybe a year, what's that going to cost me? How much am I investing
First
here?
of all, on either of these animals, on this goat or the lamb, you wouldn't want to raise them for a year, Kenny. They actually are harvested about 6 months of age or so.
That's
Oh,
better.
boy.
That's
Wow.
cheaper.
So that would be veal. Veal, right?
no, veal.
Veal is a calf.
Veal is a cow.
What's a young lamb? What's
It would
that?
be lamb.
Lamb.
Lamb
Sure. Little mint
and
jelly.
goat. That's what you call the meat.
And we don't eat goats.
We eat, yes, this
Milk
is a
them
this,
and cheese.
This is a meat goat.
A meat goat.
This is a boar goat.
This is great.
Yeah, so boar goats are meat type goats or breeding goats, and then there's also dairy goats, and that's where you would get the cheese from.
Okay, so this is strictly a meat goat. At some point, this will be available for the grilling. And
Those hooves are so soft.
Yeah.
They don't. I thought they were going to be scratchy.
Now, was the goat born at the fair?
No, so these goats are not born at the fair. The farm that we get them from just chooses to have them a little bit older because it is a little safer. They have a little more of an immune system built up.
Sure.
Doris, you're being very evasive. You didn't answer my question. 6 months. What do I have to invest to get that thing?
Are you
on
talking
my-
about for feed?
feed, vet bills.
It really depends on how you feed them. I mean, different
By the
people
mouth.
raise them in different ways. So some
Well, he'd
some
feed
people,
them well.
Well, but you can feed them
You
well.
ain't gonna give him a Snicker bar.
No,
I mean,
but Kenny, Doris is worried about Kenny's diet of Velveeta and spaghetti.
Yeah, I was going to say
occasional
so
salmon.
The animals can be fed differently, and it all depends on the management practices for that farm. So they will, they'll start off drinking mother's milk, either one, right? Right. So they'll start off with mother's milk, and then they'll have grain, and they'll have a grain mix and maybe some grass or hay, depending on the farm.
Do they do good alone, or do they need company?
Oh, every animal pretty much likes company.
They're like people, Kenny. They need to be loved.
Well, not all of
Yeah,
us.
I was going to say, Kenny, they're not hermits like you, okay? So
They don't drive around gravel roads in a pickup truck by themselves.
Shooting at mailboxes
Right.
and drinking
Yeah.
whiskey, right?
Now, I just petted a little lamb here, which the name is
This one's Muffin.
Muffin, and Muffin appears to be warm. She's sweating a little.
Yes, I think we're all
Is that
pretty
okay?
warm right now.
Huh? Pretty warm, Isabel? And can I pet the goat? Bryn, let
The
me
goat
have
is very soft. And
I
Joe,
like-
you've got
I
to
like
touch
a
those,
nice goat.
You got to touch those feet.
Oh, that's a nice goat.
Touch
How old
those
is this
feet,
goat?
Joe.
About 3 weeks.
Oh boy, she's not even hot. He?
Oh, that's
It's
mean.
a he. Not even that warm compared to the lamb. Lamb's been working harder.
What do they want right now?
they want to go sleep. We actually woke them up from naps to come here.
Sleepy, yeah.
So they're like Kenny. Their next move is a nap.
Yep.
Right? So they'll probably go back to the barn at Miracle of Birth and sleep.
One
while-
more question, Doris,
Okay,
and a serious one.
a serious one.
Are these highly valuable because of their breeding, or are these just run-of-the-mill lambs and goats?
It's a sensitive
Well,
question.
I wouldn't say that they are, super. They aren't the top, the real top
Well,
that compete
why don't you remember
in
that
the
next time?
competition.
Because we want only the top ones here.
Well, Joe,
Look at Doris.
the thing is the top people have loaded their goats and their sheep up into their trailers. They're leaving today.
Why?
And we wanted to feature, I'll tell you in a moment, we wanted to feature these FFA members in Miracle of Birth Center because these are animals that you can see at any time when the barns close.
Read between
And-
the lines, Joe.
And
Doris,
also,
you know I was kidding.
Well,
Do we?
I do.
Doris,
Do we, though?
may I ask why they're moving? In all seriousness,
She's going to tell us.
Is it because of the storm impending?
No,
Oh, okay.
Chris. We have so many animals that come to the Minnesota State Fair. We do not have room for the
Oh, okay.
animals to stay
Sure.
for the whole fair, so they come in segments. So we'll have some for the first 4 days,
Like a
and then
shift
they
change,
leave.
yeah.
And then they left Sunday night, and then Monday morning a brand new group came in. So now it's time for this group to leave.
Gotcha.
And the barns will be cleaned out between each group, sanitized. New group will come in.
Gotcha.
How long will Bryn and Isabel be at the fair? Throughout the run?
So each shift is about 4 days, and we
Oh.
have 3 shifts. So I'm working 2 shifts, and then you leave today, right?
Yep, I leave today, but I'm coming back on Friday through Monday with my rabbits for FFA.
Tomorrow's Friday, so you're coming back tomorrow.
Isabel,
With
I'll give you.
rabbits.
I've got $80 on me. I'll give you $80 for that thing, right here, right now. Let's get
Make
it done.
him show it to you first.
Well, future farmers of America, thank you very much.
Thank you, Joe.
And best of luck. Doris, couldn't do the fair without you, and we'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow.
All right,
Another
Doris
special
Mold,
guest.
she's in the Garage Logic Hall of Fame. Thank you very much. I told you if you stayed with us, you'll get your whole house redone. We've done stucco. We've done windows.
What are you going to take care of now,
Well,
brah?
you got to take care of the garage door with Precision Garage Door. It's become the favorite of GLers and Gumption County residents. They serve western Wisconsin and the entire metro area. And Precision Door, this is crucial, does not charge more for weekend visits. And also, if you need a new door, the estimates are free. They'll send out a designer. There's models for every budget. You might want to consider a new door if yours is on the fritz or it's starting to wear out. Precision Door can even help you with that. When it comes to your existing door, there's nothing they cannot accomplish. Springs, rollers, all the apps that are suddenly appearing related to the garage. So you can find Precision Door MN online, precisiondoormn.com, or put this number in your contacts and get your garage door taken care of. Precision Door, 612-263-6985.
Hey, Joe. Are we doing moon questions?
Joe's going to do this day in history. And
Okay. Wrap it. Will you ask him? Did he do renewal?
did you do renewal already? Joe? Chris. As far as you know. You did it already. Yeah, okay. Yep. Will I have to be tomorrow?
Yes. I had rookie renewal.
That's fine. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter.
I'm ready whenever the crew is.
I suppose I should grab my guitar then, huh?
You know what you should do?
What?
You should grab your guitar.
What should I play?
Do you play?
You play? You even play? Oh.
She's getting a little steamy today at the old fair.
Remember that one, Joe, don't you? No, actually,
Hey,
it's...
no, do the whipping post thing again.
It's all right.
Johnny.
It's not Sam and Dave, but it's close.
John.
This would be Sam and Dave. That one, but it's all right by J.J. Jackson.
John's taking requests.
Apparently.
Whipping post. Do the whipping post one.
I don't do whipping post. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, we're not recording the show. Spend all my money. Rent my new car.
Dylan never lets me get this far, though.
Why?
Well, because Joe always talks.
Oh, that's true. You know, because of you two, that's what I did on my entire drive home. Was I put whipping post in on YouTube, and an hour and a half later, I was down the YouTube rabbit hole because of that. Which is not a bad thing.
Are we going to do a song here?
I've been waiting for
I'm
this.
ready.
Reavers has got something here.
Okay.
I'll just do something, huh? Yeah, sure.
You point to height.
Okay.
You point to
John,
me.
I got a quick sponsor, you, and then I also have an ad.
Okay.
Got it?
Just to start. Yeah, you can start. Just let me
Gotcha.
play for
Okay.
about
Gotcha.
10 seconds and then start.
And this portion of Garage Logic at the Minnesota State Fair is brought to us by our good friends at Donnelly Stucco and Exteriors. Whipping post.
Thank you, John Height.
My friends at North American Banking Company would normally be proud sponsors of Johnny Height's news segment, but because he's backing up to the pay window this week,
Really
there is no
am.
news.
Really am.
Make sure you check them out online because it's banking done differently. It's nabankco.com. That's their website. And the reason I made the switch, and I think you'll be happy if you decide to as well, is I got tired of just being a number to my big national bank. But here's the beauty of North American Banking Company. They offer the same online and mobile banking options as the other banks, but you're going to get the unparalleled service of a community bank, and they are locally owned and operated. And here's why that's a big deal. That means loan decisions are made right here in the Twin Cities, not sent out of state. So this helps business owners solve problems quickly and expand their business with confidence because you are never going to be treated like a number. So please do me a favor. Check them out online today at nabankco.com to learn more. 6 locations to serve you. North American Banking Company, member FDIC. Joe is an equal housing lender.
Stephen C. Anderson is the official piano player of Garage Logic.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Pat Donahue is the official guitar player.
Oh,
well, John,
that's gonna be fun.
Wait a minute now.
No.
I have a diplomatic way to. I have a problem.
It doesn't matter because Pat Donahue is a Grammy Award-winning, incredible monster guitarist,
He
whereas I'm a weekend player and Pat's incredible.
Well, get this, Johnny Height, and they've invited you to join them.
Yes.
Stephen C. and Pat Donahue here tomorrow.
I have been looking forward to this day at the fair ever since I found out it was going to happen.
Stephen notes that this appearance at the fair tomorrow, I can't believe we haven't had him on at the fair.
I know.
Wait, we haven't?
No.
No.
He said tomorrow will be his first appearance at the fair since the mid-'80s.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
He was in the amateur talent finals and lost to a baton twirler who performed to a Disney medley.
Jeez.
He played Billy Joel's Root Beer Rag and did a backflip at the end.
Nice.
Not sure how the baton twirler beat me. Must have been her patriotic costume. I'm still recovering from this and back at the fair thanks to GL. That's tomorrow. Stephen C. and Patrick Donahue, John Height. Now, Dylan's not coming.
Dylan's not. He's employed and has a job to go to.
Do you guys have a lot of numbers
Sucker.
you're going to do? Because I'm hoping to spend the entire show out sitting in the audience watching.
We haven't planned any really, but I'm assuming the mayor will let us do whatever the hell we want.
Yes, you can, because when else will I get that opportunity to have a Grammy winner, an expert the best piano player in the Twin Cities? Well, he's got 50 albums out, doesn't he?
Yeah, and they both have a million original songs, so we can do all
Can
kinds of stuff.
I can say something right now because he's already on the way to catch the shuttle bus back to the station.
Yeah.
We're not doing any Pronto Pump blues.
No,
corn dog.
no.
Okay.
But that would be embarrassing with Pat Donahue, who
I
is
know,
a,
that's what I was thinking.
Well, Pat's a world-famous blues guitarist, among other things. He can play anything, but he's a great blues guitarist, and that'd be embarrassing.
Okay. And John, I'm going to, because I said this last Friday when Jeff Dayton was on the stage with you, and I forget the harmonica player, Dave.
Michette, was
yes.
it?
Yeah.
You guys were so good together, and it's just that nonverbal communication that you musicians have that's impressive as hell.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. And then one more thing, John.
Wow, okay.
Joe, could you take your headphones off for just a second? Just take your headphones off.
Yes, Kenny.
Don't let him play drums. Seriously.
Ooh. Oh,
this guy.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Okay,
well,
Joe.
we won't have any drums, so.
Okay.
I mean, he didn't hear that, did he?
I didn't hear what you said.
Thank you, Joe.
Should I bring my drums
It's
tomorrow?
your show. No,
Should
why
I
don't
bring
you
my drums?
get some this day in history or
I
something?
didn't hear
for
what
us?
you said.
What was the last year you did the drums out here?
I never brought my own. I
No.
always used
Use
Joe's.
Joe's,
I think.
That's true, but what was the last year you played?
I don't
Has
know.
it been a while?
Might have been pre-pandemic.
It was about 2015 because I had it in my Facebook memories and Joe was playing.
Okay.
Oh,
what
boy.
year was it that he knocked over your really expensive guitar when he was
Yeah.
trying to dodge that snake from
I didn't knock it over. I stepped on it.
Well, and then it started falling, but I caught it, so that was lucky for me, I guess.
The $10,000 leap.
They're brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. It's only because they come to us all the way from the traveling Lymans who are in Cleveland, Ohio, and it was on this day.
You mean August 29th?
1857. The Constitutional Conventions for the soon-to-be state of Minnesota agreed to a compromise document. Got to do this page. A compromise document as the state's constitution. The convention had split into two parts, Republican and Democratic, shortly after it convened. While the groups were unable to bring themselves to work together formally, they managed to produce nearly identical documents from the state's to form the state's constitution. No change in cooperation has been noted since. On this day,
August 29.
also in 1857, Minnesota experienced the first ripple of the Panic of 1857 as the William Brewster and Company Bank went out of business, soon followed by the Marshall and Company Bank on October 3rd and the Truman M. Smith Bank on October 4. The first depression in the territory, the panic was caused in part by the unsound land speculation of the territory's boom period and by the August 24 collapse of the New York branch of the Ohio Life Insurance and Trust Company, which brought down banks across the country, causing a nationwide depression that lasted 3 years. Boy, I hope we don't get that again.
I'll say.
You were just graduating college when that happened.
That's right.
If
And
I
I
remember right.
really took a hit on my student loans.
Yeah.
We should have had that forgiveness plan back then.
And it was on this day,
829.
1860.
Okay.
St. Paul's first telegraphed message was delivered to William H. Seward, governor of New York and Republican presidential hopeful. So somewhere in St. Paul on this day,
Yeah.
they left the fair early
Yeah.
and they went back and sent a telegraph message to Billy Seward.
What did it say?
It said, Billy, we're having the state fair. It's a hell of a good time. Why don't you come on out?
Okay.
Have yourself a Pronto Pup.
Seward became Secretary of the Interior
Secretary of the Interior.
for Lincoln and ended up during the assassination attempt also getting cut badly by a
Does that
would-be assassin.
wrap up today's This Day in History?
Yes, it does.
GLers, for those of you sitting here, I have these for you. I'm not supposed to give them away, so don't tell anybody where you got them or we'll get in trouble with the fair. But I'll leave them up here, and if you want a few, come on up and get them.
Remember the year you bought stickers at the fair, Joe?
I do, and
I was really hoping that word wasn't going to be used, Chris.
That's okay.
I
It's a
bought,
podcast, Kenny.
out of my own generosity.
Yeah, it was nice.
I bought about 500 stickers and
brought them out here too.
Told myself we'll give them out at the fair, and got here and the fair wouldn't allow us to distribute them because they had a sticky backing and they were afraid that they would injure the infrastructure.
Injure the infrastructure.
But the best was the look on your face when you were holding that big giant cardboard box and you just went, huh.
What do I do with it?
Now what?
Yeah. They're all gone now. They've made their way into the hands of GLers. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow with a music festival.
Live here at the Minnesota State Fair, right? GLers,
yes.
Do us a favor. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. It's right there on the Garage Logic YouTube channel because on that channel we are posting daily content for your amusement. It includes full segments, video shorts, behind-the-scenes footage. It's really neat, too, because the audience has grown and the interaction on the Garage Logic YouTube channel is fantastic. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. And also, don't forget, if you haven't, make sure you subscribe to us on the Daily Logician. It's an email. Yes, I lost my train of thought. It's coming right to your inbox. It also includes the most recent up-to-date episode each and every single day of the podcast. And also, a weekly newsletter. That comes directly from the mayor himself. The final installment of Garage Logic at the Minnesota State Fair will take place tomorrow.